Hello students and welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Shefali Nagpal, Associate Professor at Human Resource Development Center, Bhagat Phool Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, Sonipat. We are studying the paper Managing Culture and Diversity. Today we will study the module Motivational Strategies for Managing a Diverse Workforce. By the end of this module, you would be able to understand the motivational practices and approaches as applicable to the diverse workforce for a better output and the positive attitudes. Also, the importance of adopting the motivational practices for diverse workforce. Let us begin with the introduction to the concept. Motivation drives performance improvement. A manager who is really looking for motivating the diverse workforce should understand about the practices which makes an employee excited and stimulate the employee individual to go above all set limits of being effective in an organization. One size fits all approach is useless these days. When we see the diversified workforce in a workplace, a manager who has to be particularly careful for choosing the strategies and practices for motivation in diverse workforce. Willey, in the year 1997, conducted a survey of the employees to know about what factors motivated them the most. The finding of his research show that the top 5 factors are good wages, full appreciation for work done, job security, promotion and growth in the organization, and interesting work. The outcome of his research is similar to the Maslow hierarchy theory of needs. When considering pay, this alone could cover many of the hierarchy of needs by allowing people to buy things, but also fulfilling their esteem needs. In other words, getting paid well make you feel that you are worth something and are performing well in your career. Role of attitudes and values. None of the motivational strategy is complete without understanding the people's value system and fundamental attitude towards the work. Value and attitudes are really important to understand due to increasing diversified workforce structure in the organizations. Attitude. By understanding the views of the different groups and cultures with relation to the work, activity and involvement, helps a manager to understand the additional insight of the motivational differences across the different culture. Since the work does not generate the same relative degree of importance among the employees, manager sometimes face challenges with respect to motivating employees from different culture. Some specific motivational incentives such as time off, pay hike, career advancement opportunities may not generate the same effect on all people in all situations. It can be said that the managers working with the diverse workforce cannot assume that every person will value the work same way. Another is values. Cultural values affect the kind of the behavior individual may find more rewarding and satisfying. Different culture put emphasis on the different cultural values. Values can also influence one person's goals in life and intentions. Sometimes value also affect the behavior individual will find rewarding and satisfying. Some culture emphasizes on competition, freedom and risk taking, while other culture emphasizes on the group harmony, sense of belonging, social recognition, family scrutiny, etc. As per the value system in the different cultures, the desirability of the different rewards would be quite different across these cultures. Managers who are planning to motivate employees with the reward practices should carefully consider the type of rewards to offer for higher level of performance. The prerequisite of the employee motivation as applicable to the diversified workforce. A manager should pay attention and consider the personalities, age, gender, race when attempting to motivate the diversified workforce. Managers should be careful while planning for the group motivational activity. He or she should not single out a person or of one group of the person as it may reduce the impact. Prerequisite of employee motivation as applicable to diversified workforce. First, deciding upon that all employees need motivation or only some selective people need to be motivated. if there is a problem in the production process due to the employee's attitude, then it will be wise to motivate the entire group rather to handful of people for effective outcome. Second is talking with the individual employees about their performance and attitude in the workplace. Manager can ask the employees about their problem which is leading to their or not so good performance at their workplace. Therefore, manager and employee can decide the solution to the problem. Third, by providing the individual employee with a copy of the action plan that was approved by both manager and employee in case of some specific issue, the action plan should remain confidential so that it doesn't demotivate others. By introducing office-wide competitions and events will give a chance to the employee to show their extraordinary talent. By rewarding the outstanding performer will encourage him or her to work more efficiently. Plan some events for the employees for their enjoyment at workplace to avoid work-related boredom and monotonousness. A workplace poll that is open for at least a week will ensure everyone is given a chance to their voice opinion regarding a particular agenda or a matter. Efforts of a manager in motivating the diversified workforce. As you can see in this diagram, the motivating factors include knowing the team member, reward and recognition, make work fun, not a burden, don't create favoritism, sharing feedback with the employees, open door policy, conflict handling, employee involvement. Employee involvement include update, autonomy and flexibility. And in the reward and recognition, they further include the variable pay, bonus, profit sharing, employee stock option. Knowing the team members. One of the best ways of motivating the diverse workforce is by knowing the details about the workforce who reports to the manager directly and try to develop the good relationship with him or her. Developing the close relationship with the members of the team, not only the manager to supervise effectively, but also make him aware about the requirement and motivational requirement of all. For example, if the employee is planning a short vacation and the employee is looking for the additional hours for working, then the manager can provide him an opportunity to work overtime to fulfill his needs. This effort will not only provide the financial assistance to the employees, but also will provide a good motivation to work more hard for the company. If an employee starts believing that the manager is working for his best interest and providing the right motivation as per his requirement or desires, he is much more likely to go above and beyond the requirement. Reward and recognition. Regardless of the composition of the workforce, the right rewards and recognition can be used as a tool to inspire loyalty, improve employee performance and longevity with the organization. If an employee feels that he or she has been appreciated and getting recognitions from the manager, then he or she should like to remain with the organization. He or she will try to prove himself or herself as loyal and hardworking rather than developing the negative feeling and undervalued by the organization. A simple and the small gift such as a greeting card or appreciation certificate can actually make the good day for the employee and improve his attachment with the organization. Variable pay, bonuses, profit sharing, employee stock options are some of the examples of the reward used by the manager to motivate employees. Developing the successful pay for performance plan. As you can see in this diagram, it includes the linked strategic goals and employee performance. Another is enhance the results and reward employees financially. Third is reward and recognize employee performance. Fourth is promote the achievement of HR objectives. Efforts of the manager in motivating the diversified workforce. One is pay. Paying additionally along with the regular salary to the employee based on the employee performance or the team performance. Second is bonuses. Bonus is a compensation over and above the amount of the pay specified as a base salary or hourly rate of the pay. Profit sharing. It refers to the various incentive plans introduced by the organization that provide the direct and indirect payment to employee that depend upon the company's profitability in addition to the employee's regular salary and bonuses. Next is employee stock options. An ESOP is a benefit plan for the employees which make them the owner of the stocks in the company. It provides facilities to the employees to buy a certain amount of company shares at predetermined prices for a specific period of time. Third is make work fun, not a burden. Fun at workplace helps in increasing the employee motivation, enhancing optimism in the employees, and ultimately improving the employee productivity. Creating a fun work environment does not mean installing some fun zones, but simple tricks can be used to make work fun, not as a burden. A simple act of sending the work-related smileys, cartoons and quotes via emails can reduce the work-related stress and improve the employee's mood for the work. Whatever funny activity is decided by the manager should be simple enough and encouraging so that the employees feel entertained while working. Fourth is, don't create favoritism. A good manager really invests time and energy in understanding the team members, regardless of their age, experience and geography, to know that what makes an employee unhappy and how they can contribute best for the organization. Managers should be unbiased for the team members. Sharing feedback with the employees. A manager should provide the right feedback to the employees as they are really interested in knowing their performance. Sharing of the right feedback time to time motivates the employee morale and boosts his or her trust for organization. Open door policy. Manager should develop the open door policy in which anytime any employee can discuss and share their thoughts, feelings on particular agenda. It is for the job of the manager to understand the important concerns and remove barriers. Finally, it can be said that managers need to be seen, to be listening to, and to acting on the concerns of diverse team of the organization. Conflict handling and developing the common workplace culture is the another effort of a manager. Among the diverse team, conflicts may arise. Managers should be skilled enough to deal with such conflicts. A common set of rules and guidelines should be set up by the manager to deal with such conflicts. Regardless of the common rules and guidelines, manager should use his or her skills in dealing with conflicts. Employee involvement and empowerment. A manager must make sure that he or she seeks employees' participation in organization decision-making process. If employees are directly not involved in the decision-making process, then manager can plan to take employee feedback on the matter. This approach will actually be helpful in connecting with the employees. A manager should be careful while dealing with the different age group people in the workforce. The techniques and the tools of motivation may vary from person to person with respect to age, gender, family size and many more. Employee involvement. A participative process that uses the inputs of the employees to increase their commitment to the organization's success. By increasing the worker autonomy and control over the work lives involved, organizations increase the employee motivation, gain greater organizational commitment, experience greater work productivity, observe higher level of job satisfaction. Employee involvement programs. It includes keep them updated. Employee feels engaged when management maintain transparency and keep them abreast of what's happening in the business. As much as possible, employees should be aware about the company's financial position when organization is making any new contract. Management should make the employees feel that how their work contributes to the success of the business and ultimately their organization. Second is give them autonomy. Some people look for some sort of fulfillments in their jobs. Generally, empowered employees who show their talent for solving the problems, execute and develop their skills and generally more satisfied on the job than those who have no role in the decision-making process. By giving the freedom and power to the employees for managing their own work and taking decisions related to their work can actually enhance the employee motivation level. Allow them the flexibility. Employees who are able to plan their work schedules as per their convenience are more engaged in the results and more committed to their work. A manager should give the freedom and flexibility in creating their own schedules with the deadlines based on the organizational goals shared by the management. Management should give them the flexibility to work out their schedules so that they can take care of their family responsibilities and can also enjoy their social life and have sufficient time to pursue their hobbies. A small firm's manager have an advantage to designing such things more comfortably as compared to the big corporates, because small firm manager does not have to answer the corporate hierarchy. Flexibility in the timing and task scheduling is one of the major ways of improving the employee relations and retentions, which in turn will help in reducing the time and energy to recruit and train new employees. Employee empowerment. Employee empowerment is giving employees a certain degree of autonomy and responsibility in decision making regarding their specific organizational tasks. Empowered employees are engaged employees. Empowerment can be viewed as a key performance indicator for the health and wellness of an organization's people strategy. Why employee empowerment is important? It is important because of the following reasons. One is, an employee feels much more control in the life since authority is given to the individual in decision making. Secondly, there is a great untapped potential among the employees which can be revealed through the empowerment. Then the advantages of the employee empowerment are boosting productivity, reduction in cost, improvement in services, improved quality of work, employees readily accept the change, collaboration, improved communication among the groups, reduction in the employee turnover, more customer satisfaction, faster problem solving, greater involvement lead to the greater commitment, lower level of management stress, creativity in the work, increase in the employee efficiency, lesser need for the employee supervision, increased job satisfaction. Empowerment. Empowerment and ownership are synonymous. Empowerment of the employee is one of the latest management techniques developed to result in the continuous improvement in the organization. Empowerment means the involvement of all the employees for the improvement of the processes on the continuous basis. Empowerment is just the opposite of the strict hierarchical, do what I say approach in the organization. Empowerment means transfer of the responsibility of satisfying customers to the employees. It means that the employees own the process of satisfying the customers. Now let us see the methods of employee empowerment. One is foster open communication. Second is reward self-improvement. Third is encourage self-failure. Fourth is provide plenty of context. Fifth is clearly define the roles. Sixth, require accountability. Seventh, support employee independence. And eighth is appreciate employees' effort. Managing and motivating. Multicultural workforce. Managing and motivating the employee who belong to different cultures can be challenging, provided supervisors and manager understand how cultural differences inspire the organizational excellence. The following practices are used by the manager who are working in multicultural environment for managing and motivating the workforce. Managing and motivating multicultural workforce. Define the culture by using an expanded definition that includes more than race, sex, skin color, religion, and others. Managers can ask the employees to identify the differences they believe which applies to them individually. Managers should take the note of the employee differences and the ways the employee express about what makes them unique. Once it is clear, the right motivational practices can be adopted by the manager for the individual employees belonging to the different culture. Conduct an employee survey to learn about the employee preferences, likes and dislikes about the motivational practices. Next is, identify the ways to utilize the talents of the workforce also motivates the employees. Managers can motivate employees by giving some special assignments and promotion to more responsible positions, then utilize their skills and qualifications. Asking employees to create a singular workplace culture, irrespective of their different cultures, will motivate them to achieve the common organizational goal. Methods for motivating international workforce. An international workforce require tailoring incentives to different cultures. Most employees need to feel fulfilled and valued. An effective international manager takes the time to understand how best to do to achieve employee satisfaction in the diversity and how to motivate them. It is a requirement on the part of understanding of the differing needs of the international workforce. It can be done by designing the different incentives, processes, rewards, and recognition schemes. Making the assumptions that the international workforce will be motivated by the same incentive and processes can really be dangerous and may impact the talent retention. Motivational challenges. Motivation seems to be a simple function of manager as per the different books on management, but in practice it is really challenging. The reason for motivating being challenging job can be seen as follows. One of the very main reasons that make the motivation as a challenging job is due to constantly changing workforce. In general, any employee becomes the part of their organization with the various needs and expectations. These diverse workforce have different needs and requirements. Different employees have different beliefs, attitudes, values, backgrounds, and different thinking process. All managers in the organization are not aware about these diverse background and their different needs in the detail, so that they are not clear about motivating the employee with different methods. Second, employee motives cannot be seen, they can only be presumed. If two employees belong to the same age, gender, family, status, religion, education, and still their motivational level may vary from each other. What motivates one may not necessarily motivate the others in the same situation. Third is motivational challenges. Motivation of the employee generally becomes challenging and tough when organization keep on changing the job role of the employees. Job rotation also plays an important role in this effect. When the people are not responsible for one job profile, then sometime it really becomes difficult for the manager to measure the exact job satisfaction, and it consequently impact the monetary and the non-monetary motivation of employees. Fourth, the vigorous nature of the needs and wants also pose a challenge to the manager in motivating the employees. This is because an employee at a certain point of time might have a different needs and expectation, and these needs and expectation keep on changing and might also clash with one another. It is really tough for a manager to understand these and design a right motivation plan for the employees. Let us now summarize what we have studied so far. From the above discussion, it can be summarized that motivation is really required for an employee performance and for increasing the overall performance of the organization. These days, when the organization employ diverse workforce with respect to age, gender, education, qualification, religion, nationality, motivation techniques of these diversified workforce can't be the same. It is really a duty of the manager or the managers to understand this diversified group of the workforce and their individual needs, and accordingly adopting the practices for motivating the employees separately for the mutual growth for the employee and the organization. Checklist for employee motivation program: conduct exit interviews, asking the question from the employees who are serving the organization from last 5 years, time to time motivational survey of the employees. That is all. Thank you.